What's up everyone, Which Linux here. Welcome back to brand new video. In this video we are going to take a look at a very attractive Linux distribution, or rather I would say cute operating system. As the name suggests, it's none other than Cutefish OS. As the looks already kind of look cute, I would say this kind of resembles like kind of macOS, like maybe earlier versions of macOS, and they are trying to go with a material theme over here, and it looks good, to be honest. Like the controls, even the dark mode, it's consistent across the operating system. See, as soon as I switch to dark mode, even the terminal, the colors in the terminal change to the dark mode, which is like good, is what I would say. And like as soon as I would switch off the dark mode, it changes back to its original mode. This is a project from USTC. I was researching who USTC is and all, and apparently it's a Chinese University of Science and Technology of China. So here are my trust issues with the this distribution, especially. Generally, whenever I review or whenever I take a look at something that I'm interested, something like Cutefish OS, I generally what I do is, I use that as my primary operating system for a while, and then I do a couple of videos about it, and then I just leave my review. But then that's not going to be the case with the Cutefish OS, because I have my trust issues with USTC. Particularly China. I'm not saying they're bad, but I'm better off using something like Fedora or whatnot, which I trust, by the way. And without any further ado, I have to say though, I have noticed a couple of things during the installation itself. First and foremost thing was the ISO image file that I've downloaded from the internet was only 1.6 GB, which is very unique these days. Almost even Fedora comes 1.8 gigs and sometimes 2 gigabytes in its base ISO image, and 1.6 GB is surprisingly less comparatively. And this is based upon Debian, not Ubuntu, but just the Debian. So I think maybe it's because of the reason that they stick to vanilla Debian, and then just they have thrown a unique display manager on top of it. Maybe it's because of that, maybe it's something else, I don't know. But in general, the operating system feels quick, snappy, and light to use, is what I would say. And even the animations across the operating system are consistent. It has a document viewer. Some of the basic utility applications like document viewers, a web browser. I like that. Surprisingly, almost all the Linux distributions I have ever used comes with Firefox, but not on this one. This one you get Chromium instead of Firefox. And then we have a bare minimum settings. We have an image viewer, a video player, a text editor, terminal of course, and then a screenshot utility and some settings. So without any further ado, I would like to take a quick look at the settings. So in the top, in the network and connection, there's nothing really going on apart from the usual stuff. But as soon as you go into the display and appearance, since the entire theme and essence of this operating system is visuals and looks and how it feels, both user interface and user experience, they have done quite a lot of small features in this section. In the display, it's pretty normal. The brightness, the resolution, refresh rate, and rotation of the background, and then they have given the scale. Right out of the box, it was set to 100%, which was way too small for my preference. It depends upon the individual. I think that the sweet spot for me is 150. So there's that. And then once we go into the appearance, as we can see in even what do I call this, Action Center, similar to macOS, whatever. So basically we have a dark mode toggle over here, right? So we have the similar thing in this built it into the settings, and then there is a minimize animation, similar to what Latte does. or like even like Zorin OS does with the minimizing animation. So as soon as you click or click on the minimize button, so this is the default animation, but like as soon as you switch it to magic lamp, it kind of you know trying to copy macOS but like in a weird way. Like the animation is quite smooth, for that matter, but like the in the end of the animation, the window is not completely, how do I put, like becoming convex in a way how macOS would do. But like in general, I like it. It kind of seems cool and it's really smooth, and it kind of you know like makes me feel minimize more. I mean, like, it's a weird thing, but nonetheless, let's move on. We have fonts. We have the overall general font that's being used across the operating system. They stick to Noto Sans by the default. I'm not a big fan of Noto Sans, but like they gave Noto Sans default, and for the fixed font they gave Deja Vu Sans Mono. And even this font, I wouldn't really say I'm a big fan of it. It's good. I mean, like it does the job, but apart from that, it doesn't have like what I would say as, say, suppose if you're looking for installing Z Shell or something else which has nerd icons. This font doesn't really have. You gotta install those fonts separately and use them instead. I mean, like, what's the point? I mean, like, at this point, I think like all fonts should have characters that resemble emojis and whatnot. Keeping that aside, let's move on. And the font size, this is medium, small. Let's stick with small. And we do have anti-aliasing. I mean, like, although I don't really notice that big of a difference over here, but like people generally notice the blur on the text when the anti-aliasing turned off, but that's not the case for me. Feel free to check it out. And they give some of the free wallpapers which kind of look okay, I would say. I mean, like, they're not like amazing or anything, something like that. And we do have like colors, I mean, like, pretty usual stuff. And then we have a separate section for the dock. Generally what happens is, like, for the dock, a lot of people I know, like, who use Genome, Genome or Gnome, they just use dash to dock, and it's the settings are built into the extensions rather than the main settings page itself. But like, it's different over here. I appreciate it. And then we have like style full or center, left, bottom, right. Unlike any other sane human being, I would prefer it in the bottom. And then we could also configure the size of the dock itself. I prefer it medium. And we do have like display mode, always hide, or smart hide. Wow, smart hide doesn't really work. This is kind of buggy, I say. See, like, if I put the icon here, if I put my mouse pointer over here, it should come back, but it doesn't. I don't know what's the reason. Maybe USTC has to work on its operating system more. Maybe it has a small bug. And the pretty, I mean, like, the pretty stuff is done, as far as the operating system itself goes. And if you talk about the performance and like all the other features, it's vanilla. It's just vanilla Debian. There's nothing crazy going on. And like it has the stable kernel, and it has, I mean, like, pretty decent memory management, I would say. Right now the OBS is running, and a lot of like, I mean, like, the OBS is running, because of which I think a lot of memory is being consumed, but generally it was idling about like one point, not even like around 1 GB, which is good for a Linux distribution. And as you notice over here, the currently running tasks are like just 69. And like as soon as I turned on the laptop, it was like really low comparatively. When you compare with like Manjaro or Ubuntu or anything like that, this number is on the higher side. I mean, like, it's just from my experience, but like seems like they don't have a lot of processes running in the background, which is a good thing. But again, I have my trust issues with this operating system, and I'm really skeptic about using this as my daily driver. Nonetheless, move on. And then what else? I mean, like, what else do we want to know? I mean, like, we have like basic disk utility stuff, system monitor. I'm pretty sure the system monitor is the GNOME system monitor. Let me just check it out. Yep, it's the GNOME system monitor. And then, yeah, pretty much that's it, I would say. They have gparted installed by default. Uh, let's see. Ignore the other partitions. This is the partition we are interested in. So it kind of seems like, used only 8 gigs. That's impressive for any, operating system. 8 gigs post installation, and I have like OBS running on, and I have installed a lot of updates. I think there was one kernel update when I did like sudo apt update, all of those things. But like considering an operating system in this modern days, and that it looks that pretty, and I mean, like, I have to admit that it's stable. It's not like have like bunch of weird issues or bugs. It's really stable, and it only consumes 8 gigs post installation, and the ISO file itself is 1.6 gigs. Kind of, is a good sign, I would say. But like, again, I have my trust issues with it, and I wouldn't really use it as my primary operating system. To be honest though, I prefer the white mode on this operating system. The light mode, I'm not sure why. Generally I prefer like the dark mode, but the light mode in this operating system is pretty enticing. And what else do we have? I'm pretty sure like this operating system doesn't have like crazy things going on, and like I'm pretty sure the video is going to end like in like 10 or 15 seconds is what I would say. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, there's nothing else to talk about this operating system. This is just a first look, and like taking a look at like the resource consumption and like things that are baked into this operating system. I would say it's a solid performer. I would give like an A minus for this operating system. But then again, come on guys, don't try to like for the looks, especially I would say, don't try to copy macOS. Do something unique. I mean, like, I'm not saying like it's not good. I'm just saying that just try to be different. Like for example, GNOME. I do consider that GNOME kind of resembles, I mean, like, teeny tiny bits from macOS and teeny tiny bits from Windows, but like GNOME itself is like pretty different from the pack. So I want people to build operating systems that kind of look really different, because like the whole motto of this operating system, according to like their blog or their website, is looks, is what I understand. Apart from that, why would someone use this operating system than Fedora? They don't have any crazy things going on, like maybe they are offering some crazy good gaming features. No, they don't. Maybe they are offering some driver supports. No, they're not. They are just another Debian operating system. So that's it for today, guys. Hope you liked this video. Drop comments on what you want to what you would like to see in the next video. Maybe like Zorin, maybe like some other distribution, maybe rant about Arch Linux, maybe talk about Fedora, maybe talk about whole new topic altogether. Peace.